Good morning. I'm Laura Young. This is my Women to Women series, the 11th time, number 11. And today I prepared to talk to you about relaxation, and I still will, but as I got ready to record, I realized I just wanted to scrap everything I had ready and go talk to you from a different perspective. I hope this finds you well and in good spirits and open to look at what you can use this unpredictable time for in a way that will benefit you and your loved ones and the world. We all have to do what we can in our own small way. And the content I offered this morning is around being able to relax the body, which is the first place we have to go to start vertical change, which is what is so badly needed, rather than horizontal change, which is superficial change. The vertical really means going deeper so you can go higher into a higher level of consciousness to see more of the greater whole, or the bigger picture. What comes to me here is, let's not allow all the people who have suffered and died, let their suffering and death be in vain. Let us find out what they were trying to teach us. Let us look at the big chasms in our society that their deaths and their pain and their struggle, and it's still continuing, is trying to bring to our attention. It was so unpredictable and such an strong, invisible enemy, activating fear and anxiety within us, and a sense of powerlessness. It brought us to our knees in some ways. We have to face some of our powerlessness in front of this invisible enemy. However, I would think that the ones who have gone on would want us to get off our knees and learn how to use this crisis in a way we never thought possible. We all have to look at what we can do to heal some of the chasms in our world in our own small way. I'm doing mine today around, and I will continue, around the unbelievable need to know how to relax. Relaxation is not a luxury, not anymore. People put it off and think, well, one of these days I'll have time and I'm going to sit and learn what she means by that, or what they mean by that. But actually, to boost your immune system, to go deeper, to be able to understand more of the bigger picture, to expand vertically beyond horizontal expansion, you have to stop. You have to be able to stop and relax the body. Research has shown when you relax the body that you really relax about 90% of the mind. The other 10%, the residual then, is easier for you to get to and release. We go through all of this frenzy that our society has conditioned us to believe is success. We are conditioned not to relax. Somehow as children, we come in knowing how to relax, knowing how to be flexible, to be open, to relax. And, family, church, school, society gets a hold of us. And limb by limb, they start carving us into what is considered acceptable in this family, in this community. All of this generally happens before the age of reason. So we're in a very much a slower energy field, and it's all immersed and we don't even know it's there. I have found out through this time of having to change the way I do my practice, and I am doing it by phone and Zoom, is that I still have that inner jerk sometimes that goes, what are you doing? You know, you should be doing this, or you should be getting on this, or you should finish this. It's like even in a moment of quiet, maybe between sessions, I still feel that pressure. And I didn't even grow up in this culture. And I am a late bloomer. So part of it is I got into that hurry speed thinking I had to make up for lost time because I was a late bloomer. And some of that, you know, is realistic, but the jerk, the absolute place of shoulds and oughts has a hold of me, and I'm working deliberately with them. And I ask you to do the same. You know, when we were young, we took it all in. We couldn't express, and even if we did, what would people say? You know, who would listen to us? So part of it is we go through life like we have strapped on a suit of armor, and we're tense in different areas of our body. So I've had women, in particular women, more of my practice is women, say to me during this time, you encourage us to relax. What do you mean by that exactly? You might as well ask me to, you know, fly on a trapeze as relax right now. So part of it is stopping. Sometimes when we get into this frenetic energy, we don't know how to stop. We have to stop first. When I get into that energy, what helps me is to go for a walk, to get out. When I come back, the energy has changed, and I'm better able to get into a quiet place. You know, for most of us, we go through life treating our bodies as if it's a tag-along, as if it's an old Hertz rent-a-car that just happens to get us from place to place. What I'm asking you to look at is stopping and realizing the importance of your body for your immune system, for your sleep, for your health, for a basis. Relaxing the body is a basis for contemplation, for deep prayer, for meditation, for all of the ways we get to know ourselves at a deeper level. And the tip is, if you know yourself at a deeper level, you know others at deeper levels too. Only to the extent we know ourselves can we know others. So I'm getting off track here a little bit. Part of, if you can't stop, if you feel you're overwhelmed by frenetic energy, think of the example of a skier coming down the hill and hits a rough patch. There's no point in telling the skier stop. At that point, that skier has to do something to slow the momentum. I know this because I've been that skier out of control. And, you know, snow plowing helps, but there's, you know, slowing down is very necessary before you can start from a new perspective. So in that space, one is anxious and trees are prevalent, and you have to find a way of control. So usually when you have this frenetic energy inside, you have to find a place for stopping. Something physical is very helpful. I mean, I know a woman who has a hammer and nails, and she does that to break the tension, to start the thinking or to access what she wants to think about, because clarity evades us when we're in that frenetic energy. Someone else runs, I walk. And sometimes if you don't feel up to something physical, or that is not something you would naturally do, or you have an infirmity of some sort, another way of doing it might be to go in the mirror, to bathroom mirror and yell, just to break the tension. Another way would be to use journaling. Get a journal or a notepad, doesn't matter, but write, hand, pen. Better than computer, it's stronger, it's linked to the unconscious, where a lot of our faulty beliefs about not having time to relax have been formed. Write, and write without dotting the I's or crossing the T's. Get it out of your body. Give yourself a new starting point, because you can, because you're able. You have to learn, there's no luxury in relaxing right now. Ever has been, but we always thought we could wait until. You have to do it now, but you have to get in a place where you can receive what the relaxation brings you. You know, our society kind of feeds us the information that if we stop and rest and relax, we're being lazy, or we're not ambitious enough, or so our society pushes speed, efficiency, go faster, and sometimes we don't even know where we're going. We're on a merry-go-round. But in order to know where we're going, we have to stop and reflect and change the energy. There's an antidote about George Bernard Shaw that I want to read you, which is kind of like, maybe it resonates with many of us. George Bernard Shaw was traveling from London to some other place, and the ticket collector came. George looked in all of his pockets in his bag, and then he opened his suitcase. The ticket collector said, "Oh, I know you. Everyone knows you. You're George Bernard Shaw. You're a world famous man. You don't have to find your ticket. It must be there. You must have forgotten where you've put it. Don't worry, you're fine. Leave it." George Bernard Shaw said to the man, "You don't understand my problem. I'm not looking for the ticket just to show you. I want to know where I'm going. That stupid ticket, if it is lost, I am lost. You think I was looking for the ticket for you? You tell me where I'm going." So in some ways, this is an opportunity. A lot of us are going, but we don't really know where we're going. You can't know where you're going until you stop and get quiet and allow your inner wisdom to help direct you. I know, a woman who was raised in a family who said, that she was very creative, very artistic, and it was raised in a family that said, "Stop that doodling, stop wasting time. And then as a college age, she was told, "Get a real career. You have to get a real career. You cannot be a starving artist in this family." And she got what she considered a real career, and she's very successful as an accountant. She came to me in her late 30s, absolutely depressed, unbelievably depressed, and feeling like she didn't know where she was going, but where she was not where she had hoped to end up. So part of her journey was to get out of that early conditioning, which is, we're kind of like the iceberg, we're 10% above water. We think we know where we're going, but the 90% under, the conditioning, the way we were trained, the way we were pushed in our families of origin by society about faulty beliefs have led us in the wrong direction. Richard Rohr, a wonderful writer, says in his book, Breathing Underwater, he says, you know, we're all into denial and stubbornness, and it's amazing how long we stay there and we will not examine. He talked about alcoholics have their frailty, their addiction right on the surface. We can all see it. Most of us are in denial that our infirmity, our frailty, our faultiness, our faulty beliefs are hidden. And part of the way to get to the hidden is to stop and breathe and relax, and then take your ability to relax your body into further, deeper prayer, contemplation, or meditation, which is the deepest form of relaxation. So part of it is knowing that in some ways we're all in denial, we're all ignoring something that's in our life, stopping us from full joy, and we're trapped by old beliefs. Now is the time to give yourself permission to come out of some of these beliefs and to realize the power they have on you. Here's a poem I want to read you. Again, Richard Rohr, Breathing Underwater. Breathing Underwater by Carol Bialock, Bialock. He used it in his book by the same title. I built my house by the sea, not on the sands, mind you, not on the shifting sand, and I built it of rock, a strong house by a strong sea. And we got well acquainted, the sea and I, good neighbors, not that we spoke much. We met in silences, respectful, keeping our distance, but looking our thoughts across the fence of sand. Always the fence of sand, our barrier, always the sand between. And then one day, and I still don't know how it happened, the sea came without warning, without welcome even. Not sudden and swift, but sifting across the sand like wine, less like a flow of water than a flow of blood. Slow but coming, slow but flowing like an open wound. And I thought of flight, and I thought of drowning, and I thought of death. And while I thought, the sea crept higher till it reached my door. And I knew then there was neither flight nor death nor drowning. That when the sea comes calling, you stop being neighbors, well acquainted, friendly at a distance neighbors, and you give your house for a coral castle, and you learn how to breathe underwater. Breathe in and out. This is a very powerful poem. A poem for our times. We're all here to learn how to breathe underwater. If you're at a stopping place, if you have stopped the frenetic using some of my ideas, and you're willing to really stop the pain of frantic misery in your mind, and you're ready to really learn how to relax, go to this free relaxation audio that I've done. It's only 9 minutes, done for you. I did it before before breathing underwater, but it applies. If you're ready, go to LauraBYoung.com/relax. Sign in, it's free. And in 9 minutes, you will experience the rudiments of relaxation. Meanwhile, during this time, I'm doing things differently. I'm doing phone sessions and Zoom sessions. My phone sessions, you can call my 24-hour message center. Don't text, leave me a message, please, at 334-277-7955. And I am offering a 20-minute free consultation on what you're going through. Otherwise, email me at laura@liferesourcecenter.net. God bless you.